China's capital Beijing is home to more than 340,000 owners of electric vehicles, or EV. Accordingly, the city has more than 200,000 EV charging points, including 25,000 public ones. Anyone whose EV is running out of battery can easily find a charging station nearby, get a refill, and hit the road again. China's effort in popularizing EV is aimed not only at combating air pollution in major cities, but also at improving the country's energy structure in the long term. In November 2020, the Chinese Communist Party unveiled proposals for the country's 14th five-year plan for national economic and social development, with a heavy focus on the use of clean and low-carbon energy. Ma Jun, founding director of the Institute of Public and Environmental Affairs, told me that the plan strategizes the country's energy structure improvement and shows China's commitment in green development in the long run. So the latest figures from the China Association of Automobile Manufacturers showed that new energy vehicles sales in the country in October 2020 actually was around 160,000, marking a more than 100% increase year on year. How important is popularizing EV really for improving the country's energy consumption structure?
Yeah, that is a very high speed, and it represents China's rising capacity, and this whole massive industrialization and urbanization have helped to generate a huge consumption ability, and while this is very helpful to improve the livelihood, improve the quality of life, but in the meantime, it will put a lot of pressure on China's, first on the air quality, but longer term, it will put a lot of pressure on the carbon emission side. Because most of the vehicles are still powered by fossil fuel. By developing all the EV, we can help to our transportation system to go through this electrification, and this is going to first relieve the pressure on the urban air quality. Most of our cities are still in the process to try to achieve our modest air quality standard. And electric vehicle means that the emission will not be in the city. It will be outside. It will be close to the energy source. So this will help the urban air quality. Having said that, because our energy mix is still dominated by fossil fuel powered energy. So electrification doesn't mean a very much relief on the pressure of the climate change. So we have to in the process try to transform our energy mix to try to make sure that the renewable energy sources, to go up, the percentage need to go up very steadily. Otherwise, it won't be very helpful.
The Chinese Communist Party just unveiled proposals for the country's of the 5-year plan, the 14th five-year plan for the national economic and social development through 2025. And the plan stressed the use of clean and also low carbon energy. What do you think is the most important task is for China to achieve this goal? Is it changing the energy structure in cities, or is it changing the structure in industrial production or anything else?
Yeah. As a country still going through this massive industrialization and urbanization, and also, at this moment, we're still the largest factory of the world. Our energy consumption is very much prioritized by the industrial process. So the industrial consumption, for example, industrial of power, electricity is close to 80%. It's above 70%. So it's very high in comparison with most of the Western countries. So the biggest potential for China to cut back its greenhouse gas emission is on the transformation of our industrial structure, which is too much focus on energy and carbon intensive industries. According to calculations made by the leading experts, by restructuring of China's high energy industries will contribute over 90% of China's reduction of energy of carbon emission, while the development of renewable energy are going to contribute the rest of the 8%. So restructuring of the industries is still by far the largest potential.
In a speech delivered at the recent general debate of the 75th session of the UN General Assembly, Chinese President Xi Jinping announced that China aims to have carbon emission peak before 2030 and also aims to achieve carbon neutrality before 2060. How optimistic are you about this goal?
Yeah, we are optimistic because we trust that China usually going to walk the walk, while we make the commitment. Having said that, it's still actually quite challenging. On the longer term carbon neutrality, on that side, we actually still don't have the whole path clarified. When it comes to the highest carbon intensive industries, such as iron, steel, and cement. So China, still need to, through innovative power, try to develop that strategy solutions.
All right, one last question, maybe briefly, overall, how do you look at the energy policy that's been set out in the proposals for the 14th five-year plan? And in what signals are they giving, and in what direction do you think under these policies China is moving toward that in terms of energy consumption?
Yeah, I think this new proposals unveiled have clarified that this is not just a short-term tactic kind of action taken. This is long-term strategic goals. I think it with President Xi's commitment at UN and also this proposal unveiled. I hope that all the different government agencies and also different regions in China, hopefully China's largest industries, all can better understand that this is for the long term. They have to all try to adapt their own long-term planning to this target.